I think it's going through. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, so it's me, Commander Baron von Zoomski, coming to you across the interstellar, intergalactic radio mast hidden on some backwards world somewhere. I am coming to you from Commander Creed's Discord channel. I have with me the mouth from the south, Commander Mem. Say hello. And he doesn't. That's good.
Oh, hello everyone. Sorry, I was on mute.
And I have the multi-cannon that is gimbaled, which is Symbol. Say hello.
Oh, hello.
And we got the one and only Mr. Swanky, but I don't think he's present right now. I think he's off getting chocolate and pizza. So I'm sure he'll say hello when he comes back. What are we doing? The same thing we always do, Pinky. Trying to take over the world. We are doing the final part. Yes, the final part of Elite Dangerous Guardian missions given to us by Ramtar, which basically involves us scanning lots of obelisks. If you've not been watching the past 5 episodes, I think 5, maybe 4 episodes that I've put up, what you have to do is you have to go to a system called Meene, M-E-E-N-E, and drop into Fleece Dock. And once you walk into there, you get a mission from Ramtar himself, and it comes up there in your communication window. So there he is. Look, I've got all these from Ramtar. And what they actually do is they configure your vessel to come out to the Guardians, the Guardian planets, the Guardian archaeological sites, and do some scanning of obelisks. And how do you do that? Is that what I hear you ask? How exactly is that achieved? It's very straightforward. You go to the description of this YouTube video and you will see a couple of links to websites. To those who have come before us, those who have done this beforehand and done all the work for us, so that we can come here and just check it out. So, very quickly, I'll show you how it happens. What you do is you get a map and you get a spreadsheet. And the map looks something like that, not a spreadsheet, that. And you get a spreadsheet, and that's what the spreadsheet looks like. What you basically have to do is to go to a system and get lots and lots and lots of artifacts. And those artifacts are, here they are. So you got, oh, that's the data. There you go. There you go. So it's got ancient caskets, ancient tablets, ancient orbs, ancient urns, ancient relics, ancient totems. And you have to get at least 2 of each. I've got some more there because I know you can sell them as well. But you get them from this particular place that, like I said, it's all described in the link in the YouTube video. Sorry, in the YouTube description. And it will take you to several different systems. And when you go to these systems, you go to the planets in those systems where it says CD1 on the right hand side. So for example, you've got Sinu 4, Sinu TP FB44-0. You've got the planet on the first column, which is CD1, following the system map. And then to the right, you've got 3 different sites on that planet, which are all Guardian sites that you can go to. And then what you have to do is you bring up a map that tells you, shows you those sites themselves, so you can see them. And on the map there are obelisks. Now I will show you in a moment what an obelisk looks like. And you basically go to each of these obelisks and scan them individually. But to scan them, you have to have the right combination of artifacts in your SRV hold, and that's what the bit on the left hand side is for. So you're looking for, we've got 5 different categories, being culture. Hey, how you doing? You okay? Good to see you again. So you got culture, you've got technology, language, biology, history, and they've all got different data packets from 1 to 21, some have got 1 to 19, some have got 1 to 20, and you go through each one individually scanning them and getting more and more information about the Guardians and the interesting things that we have discovered about the Guardians, which we'll discuss a bit about. So without further ado, I'm going to show you how it all happens. Now I'll give you, it's not like you get do this for free. It's a mission, so you get a bit of cash. We're going to take a look at that. So here's the mission that Ramtar gives you, and in this mission you can see there I got 1,000,000 for every obelisk I scan, and there is 101 of them. So straight away, that's 101 million. If you get all of them, you get an extra 10 million. So you can earn 111 million doing this. It is not quick. It is not fast. But it certainly is interesting. So if you're into the whole science thing, and you're into the whole learning how to do stuff in the game, this is the place to be. So without further ado, let's get out there in RSRV and go and do some, go and do the very final. I feel quite emotional. No, I'm not joking. So we're going to do the very final.
Do you need a hug?
Yeah, I need a hug, and I need a hug. Yeah, definitely. So we're going to do the very final scan. Now, we're going to discuss a little bit about what it is that we've discovered. You can see me here. What I'm doing is I'm just transferring across to my hold exactly what I need to do this scan, and it's 1 urn and 1 tablet. Okay. Now, Kanan, who is in live chat, I also know him as Vlad, and I'm helping him out tomorrow. I'm going to give him a help with Dav's Hope at some point, so I might stream that a little bit before I have to go out with some friends. We'll work out a time. Vlad will do something. So we got what we need to do now, so I just need to refer to my map, because I don't even know where the hell I'm going. That's a good start, isn't it? Hey. Probably the best way to do this is to drive myself out a little bit towards the area. I'm going to drive up here, get myself a bit closer to these bases. Now, if you're interested in the lore of the game, if you're interested in how everything works and ticks in Elite, this is a great place to come, because it's telling you so much information, and we've learned so much doing this, haven't we, chaps?
Oh, it's actually very, very interesting. I've been playing this.
Oh,
Mem's getting cut out.
yeah, Mem, you cut out on me then.
I was just saying that I'm playing this half year.
Nah, mate, you.
And all this stuff is virtually new to me. It's fascinating.
Yeah, certainly is. So I'm just going to check and make sure we are where we need to be. So this is the sort of place, this is the sort of things you see in. Look at these patterns that the Guardians do everything in. This is their ancient base. Gives you an idea, a concept of the scale of how large these can be. And some of these you're scanning like 10, 15, 20 obelisks. So it can be quite a lengthy process. But in this one we're only scanning 1 because we've done them all. Well, almost done them all. So let's see if everything goes without hiccup. Because I think I know where I am. I think I'm in the right one. Yeah, this looks to be the right one. Or maybe it's not. Maybe I'm in the wrong one. I might be in the wrong one. Yeah, let's have a look over here. So I think I should be... I think I should be over there. Yeah. That's where I need to be. I need to be there. That's where I need to be. Okay. Quickly, to the Batmobile. Oh, look at that. Decked myself hard in there. So, do you guys want to come and join me here and have a look, or are you busy doing your own stuff? If you are, it's cool. I'm just making the offer.
Yeah, I think I've got my condom.
Okay, so I will tell you exactly where I am. So yeah, what I did as well before I came here was I did a 5-minute recording of the sounds here. So I'm going to try and do the same thing in the Thargoid bases and see if they're very similar, because I think they are. They sound very similar. Oh, there we go. There we go. Let's get on top. There we go. Hey. Okay, I think I'm in the right place now. So we are looking for Bio 4. Okay. Right, do you want me to type out where I am so you know, ma'am?
Yes, please. It'll be easier for me if you can.
Yeah. Oh, that's not where I am. Okay. Here we go. Paste. There you go, sir. That is where I am. I don't know if that's anywhere near you, or you have to take 500 light years to get here, or what. I don't know.
Find out in 2 minutes. I'm just logging on.
Yeah, it's cool. So I'm going to scan this last one, and then what we're going to do is we're going to have a bit of a discussion about what it is that we've discovered in our exploration. That's the plan, anyway. That all depends upon whether or not I scan the right one with the right stuff in my hold. Because I will be honest, I have not found this easy. It's been a taxing process for me, I have to say. I think it's this one. Let's find out. Oh, there we go. Right. And that's it. That's the last one scanned. Oh, isn't it good? And actually, this is a description about their nose and their eyes. So we can read this one out. It's quite interesting. This data details the facial structure of the Guardians. The nose appears to have been vestigial. I believe it was once more pronounced, but then some environmental changes made it less useful. So their sense of smell would have been less developed than the human average. Their ears were very tightly formed against the skull, and the interesting array of internal acoustic chambers suggest they perceived sounds differently to us. Ooh. That's interesting.
Yeah, I can see where you are on the... did you move from earlier on?
Did I move? Yes.
Ah,
yeah.
That'll be why.
So
before you was about 400 light years for me estimated. Now you're just over 2,000.
Oh, okay. You don't have to come if you don't want to. We can just discuss things here.
Where are you going after? You're going to be leaving this location soon.
Yes. So you got a choice. You can come and meet me here, or you can meet me in Meene, because that's where I'm about to head in a moment. If you prefer doing that.
So I'll meet you in Meene.
In Meene. Okay, not a problem at all.
And so M-E-N-E?
So M-E-E-N-E, yeah. Mike Echo Echo November Echo. That's where we're going.
Oh, cool. I'll meet you there.
No problems. Okay, so I'm just going to give a bit of a drive-by so people can see what this looks like. So this is a typical Guardian location. Most Guardian locations, they designed... Oh, there we go. They designed their bases to kind of look like astronomical bodies. So if you look at them, they look like suns with planets around them, and I'll show that from like an aerial view in a moment. Oh, this is pretty cool. This is where we get. So I'm just going over the top here, and you'll see that they're. This is what comes out of the ground for us whenever we're nearby. That's pretty cool. Oh. So here we go. And this is the sort of thing you're looking at when you come to these bases. So we'll do a little bit of a camera view so you can see what's going on here. There we go. Look at that. I think we'll take a few pictures whilst we're here as well. And already you can hear those sounds that I was talking about. And they sound very much like the sounds in the Thargoid bases. Look at that. So, if we go up, and then we begin to come out a little bit more, you'll begin to see what I'm talking about. There we go, look. You can see we've got a central circular object there with a number of circles around it. And this seems to suggest a pattern based on something they've seen. Ma'am, have you got your speakers on?
No, but I'll put myself on mute, see if it's me.
Yeah, because I can hear you myself talking.
Okay.
Okay. So, yeah, there we go. That's what we're talking about. Look at that. Very eerie, scary sounds. We are literally archaeologically exploring an ancient culture. So, wow, yeah, that is making a lot of noise, isn't it? Wow. Okay, cool. So, let's have a look and see what we know about these people, and then we can have a chat about it, can't we? So that's getting a bit loud, that, so I think we're just going to turn that down a little bit. Let's go into audio. Just turn that down a little smidgen, thank you. There we go. Okay, so what happens is when you scan these people, you get these little packets, as you can see up here. These obelisks, sorry. And look, I got loads of them. I got all these data packets here. Now, if you're not interested in doing these missions, you can just download them. I am not going to post up the link to where they are because I think that would be wrong. However, if you want to, you can go and have a look and take a look and see what they tell you. But what I will do, I'm going to read out some really interesting bits of information that we found, and then we're going to come up with some theories behind what this information is all about. So we're going to start off with history, okay? So the Guardians were a race of people that were very much like ourselves. They were hunter-gatherers, and originally they were kind of split up into tribes, and until a ruling northern tribe came along and basically took over. And this is where the Guardians get their red-tinged skin from. So if you want to know what a Guardian looks like, they look like greys. If you imagine what an alien grey looks like, that's what a Guardian looks like. And they get their red-tinged skin from a northern tribe that took over the rest of their civilization very early on in their development. They have 4 fingers, they have 2 arms, 2 legs, they have more joints in their arms than we do. They can in fact, they've got serrated edges to the side of their arms that they used to use as weapons. They are hunters-gatherers, like I said. They're out to have a... they're out to have a bit of a scrap. But they're not warfare-like. In fact, their main difference from us is that they were collaborative, whereas we are competitive.
Oh no. You done it now. You've done it now, Zoomy.
It would seem Thargoid Tim's mother is in the live chat. What a surprise. Deary me. Anyway, moving on. So they were a collaborative group of individuals who tended to work out their differences between them and not really have a fight. To begin with, they kind of fought with champions, so lots of people wouldn't. If there was conflicts, it would happen on one-to-one basis combat as opposed to anything else. So they weren't warlike, but they were certainly capable of fighting. And after this red-tinged tribe took over and literally began to run the civilization, they prospered considerably. They grew and got bigger and better and harder, and their technology developed. But they kind of, unlike ourselves, they worked together. They worked together as a team, and very much so. Yeah, they worked together as a team, and very much so. They would talk to each other and communicate with each other, and they would share ideas and share ways of doing things, which is very different to our development. Our development was far more competitive, whereas they tended to work together. And that's pretty much the reason why they got into space quickly. You got to remember, this was like 1 million years ago. So, they got into space very quickly, whereas we didn't. But they worked with their ecology. They very much believed in maintaining the ecological balance and the environment of the planet they were in. They, at first, they got a bit of a disagreement amongst themselves as to what they were going to do, because their planet was getting more and more overpopulated. And in the end, they decided that space travel was the answer. So they built massive rail guns and fired spaceships into space. And that's what they did. That's how they started their thing into space. Who's beeping at me? Okay, never mind. So that's what they did. They fired their spaceships in space, and eventually they wanted to colonize the worlds. So they built these big ships called arc ships, which are very similar to the generation ships that we built. And about halfway through, hi, Gilliam. Is that right? Am I pronouncing that right? Welcome to the stream. So about halfway through, they discovered fast and light technology, and because they had a really good communication system, they sent it to their ARCs. They sent this FTL information to their ARCs. and the ARCs installed the FTL, and that's it. Fast and light drive after, well, bam, boom, and they expanded across the universe. So that's pretty much, in a nutshell, their initial development, and then they basically developed genetic and biological technology. So the way that I would describe their technology was very much based on creating creatures or modifying themselves genetically to overcome their obstacles. They were still hunters. They considered hunting and, in fact, gaming to be a very big part of their society. They expanded into the stars, and they put implants into themselves that allowed them to share and connect their minds to each other, so they could literally share thoughts and be totally immersive in the games that they were playing, which is very interesting. And then things started to go wrong. They built a network, a computer network, a big, huge, scary computer network called the Monolith Network. And at first, it was amazing. It was a wonder. You know, people were, they were amazed at what they could do with it, because it was a way to share across vast distances. And we're talking about, like, across the universe at real time, real speed information. And to manage this monolith network, they developed AI. And AI did exactly what was written on the tin. It developed and managed the monolith network, no problems, but then it began to grow and develop outside the boundaries of its programming. And this is the first time that we begin to see this collaborative group have a bit of an internal conflict. And there are a group of people who want to free the AIs. They want to let them out, they want to let them go. But the people who installed them don't agree with these people, and they turn around to them and say, it's against all of our being of who we are. And in the end, it kind of becomes a sort of religious order that develops to oppose these people who want to free the AIs, and they exile them. So they get exiled into space. Now, it's not clear, I couldn't really discern from the technological stuff that I've read, it's not clear as to whether or not the AIs go with them. I don't know is the answer. I suspect that they didn't. I suspect that a lot were trapped and kept in the Monolith Network as slaves to do the biddings of the Guardians. But that was the first sort of civil war. It was more like a Cold War, if anything. But they went away, and the problem then was that you had a religion. You had a religion in the Guardians. Now, the Guardians are a very collaborative race. They don't believe in any reason why they should, protect their data or information. They didn't have firewalls or anything like that. Their information was freely open amongst each other. And because everybody was expected to do their part for civilization and society, they really weren't prepared for any form of warfare or combat. And as these religious orders spread throughout their civilization, they got bigger and bigger and bigger, and eventually it caused a second civil war. And this was a huge war. This was massive. At first, it basically involved biological weapons and all sorts of full open combat. But as more and more of the Guardians were killed, they started to resort to controlling drones and using drones to fight off and fend off each other. But that it escalated and escalated, and eventually there was so little of the populace left that they retreated into massive cities that had like a sort of protective shielding over these cities. And for most part, when you're reading the history of this, it would seem to suggest that that's where they remained, and they sort of eked out an existence in these little cities, and they killed each other. And then you read the very last bits of the information, and something suddenly becomes very apparent, and I will read out the one that interests me the greatest. So, as we make our way back towards Meene, as is always the case with research of this nature, finding answers tends to raise further questions. I have found references to another form of communication in the data packet, but not one used by the Guardians, or not all of them at least. As far as I can tell, it references some kind of foe or adversary. Combined with the devastation seen at a number of sites, it indicates the Guardians may not have been the cause of their own demise. So a third party stepped in. A third party stepped in and wiped them out. That's what that means, basically. So in the communication details that have been discovered by Ramtar as he's been looking at these data packets, he's saying that somebody else came along when they were at their weakest and may have been the cause of their demise. So I'll open this up to anybody in the live chat, or indeed anybody in the Discord. Who's the suspects? We've got a real life murder here, so, well, I say real life, a game murder. Who do you think turned up and killed them? What do you reckon, guys? Have you all gone to sleep?
No, I'm still here. I was waiting for anybody because we did speak about it earlier, and all the information that you've said, especially just now, it seems like the odds are it's the actual Thargoids themselves, which seem to be originated from the Guardians.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I agree with you. So, it certainly hints at a third party. We know the Guardians consider the Thargoids consider the Guardians to be a threat. For some reason, we don't know, and that's open to debate. The Guardians don't seem to consider the Thargoids a threat, and the reason why we know that is because we took some Thargoid material and scanned the Obilisks with it in our hold, and nothing happened. Whereas if you take Guardian tech and take it into the Thargoid bases, it all kicks off. So one is not aware of the other, that's for sure. So the Guardians were either not aware of the Thargoids, or they didn't consider the Thargoids to be a threat. So we don't know what's going on. However, this is speculation. We could be just making this stuff as we go along. If it weren't for the overbearing amount of evidence to suggest that Thargoids were involved here, and I will go through that evidence very quickly. First of all, sound. The sounds that are coming from the Guardian bases are very similar to the sounds that are coming from the Thargoid bases. So if you visit these two in Elite, you will hear the similarities, and it's that similar that I've actually recorded 5 minutes of it that I'm going to take an analysis of later, and I'm going to go to a Thargoid base and also do an analysis there as well. So yeah, so that's the first thing. The second thing is, as I was reading the cultural and communication and technical things, they mentioned that all of the Guardian technology, and especially their monolith network, is based on geometric patterns, and the Thargoids are about as geometric as you can get. Everything they do is geometric, even right down to their swarms are geometric in styling. So it begs the question, who are the Thargoids? You know, why would they feel that the Guardians are a threat? That they were to turn up and, you know, attack them. Were they the exiled race? Were they the AIs? Because people talk about how the Thargoids seem to be robotic in nature. They have a robotic programming way of doing things. It certainly falls in line with an artificial intelligence taking control. Remember that when we say AI and we talk about artificial intelligence and things like that, the first thing that comes to mind is computers and machinery and all that kind of stuff. But the Guardians were a biogenetic civilization. Their number one technology was genetics. And we know that the Thargoids look like they've been grown. They look like they have, you know, evolved or developed or are living in some way, shape or fashion. Yeah. So that's the evidence. That's the evidence to suggest that Thargoids are involved. I haven't got a clue what they are, though. I don't know whether or not they were the exiles or whether or not they were AIs or what. Or maybe they were just another alien race that you know, used to be, that were created by the Guardians for whatever reason, and they just turned around and laid the smackdown on them. I don't know. I've no idea. I think it's very interesting. I'd love to say that we're making this up, but all we are doing is talking based upon the information that we've gathered doing this mission. I'm not talking about anything else. I'm not talking about anything that's written in a book. I'm not talking about anything that is written in a manual somewhere or anything like that. All I am talking about is the stuff that we have discovered as we have done this particular mission. 101 data packets that have taught us so much about the Guardians. Killlight, hello once again. Commander Zozi, welcome to the stream. We've just finished doing the Guardian missions, deciphering the Obilisks for Ramtar. We're now going back to Meene. If I can possibly do any worse at fuel scooping. And then we're going to hand this in, and we're having a bit of a discussion about what the Guardians are and who we think they may be and what they did, and more importantly what the future is. You know, we're about to get beyond, guys. What do you think's what sort of stuff is going to be coming out of that to do with the Guardians? Anybody got any guesses?
Leave that I know. In fact, escalate.
Remember, you're cutting up
Possibly.
again. Wait there. Right, talk now, mate.
No, I was saying, I believe there's going to be a lot more Thargoid interventions and maybe even encroaching into the bubble.
Right.
I think at the moment we still don't know the what fares and the why fares, etc. But I think it's going to become a little bit clearer. Maybe community goals, proper ones.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That'd be good, yeah.
So, I mean, people are saying that there's supposed to be more Guardian tech coming in. Is that right? I haven't read all the stuff.
Yeah, I think was Crazy was talking about it last week or something.
Was she? Is that right, Crazy?
No, I think there will be some more tech coming in. With the Palin still taking a lot of stuff in, still requesting a lot of Thargoid things like biological matter technology samples, etc. So he's still collecting quite a lot. Obviously now that the T10 with the ship just being released, which is the first, and there's obviously 2 more coming up, hopefully in the first quarter, which all boils down to there being more interaction with the Thargoids. Exactly what way? Because at the moment it's just been a case of us hunting them down and seeing them, shooting them on sight. But I think things will start to change. I've still got this curiosity in the back of my head, I think I mentioned earlier on, with the relationship between the Federation and the Empire.
Yeah.
With INRA. because that's I've got a lot of questions about that.
Yes, yes, that's something that I want to kind of take a look at. I've got a few more things I want to do, but I do want to go and visit some of those INRAS sites that you've been to. They sound quite eerie and quite atmospheric, is that right?
They were very, very good. I mean, you can see they were actually used for experimental purposes, and what they were doing was messy.
Really?
If you take my drift. Yeah, it was very interesting, and they was there, and you can tell by where the bases were situated, they were hidden.
Really?
Very secretly, yeah. And the bases were reasonably large, but hidden very, very well. Cracks and crevices and around mountains and between mountains and things like that. So definitely secret, and it was definitely a Empire and Federation alliance. INRA.
Okay.
Well, I guess we'll have to just wait and see what happens with Beyond. But yeah, INRA is something I want to go and have a look at. I want to go have a look at those bases and have a look. If you're questioning the reason why we do this, I like going to see what Frontier have put into the game for us. I know that there's a grind to this game. I know that people, have to do things a certain way to earn money and stuff like that. But I think there's also other options. I think there's other ways of doing things, and there's you can have fun in this game as well as making a considerable amount of cash. So yeah, that's why I do what I tend to do. But yes, but this has been a lengthy process, but it's been very interesting. I've learned so much about these Guardians by doing this mission. And if you're into this, if you're into the lore and everything, I strongly advise you to come and have a go at these Guardian missions. I really do. Learned so much doing them. Oh, there we go. Yay, I almost set my ship alight. Yay. It's so good. There we go. So good. So, yes. Oh, so, yeah, that's the Guardians. So I think we're pretty much bringing this. It's probably been a week that I've been doing this now. What is it, guys? About maybe 3-4 days.
No, it's been.
Say again.
Just for your information.
Yeah.
Yeah. Poor man.
Tell me what you think.
I can't hear you, mate. So
yeah, you were super choppy there.
Oh, sorry. A picture in Discord I posted up for you.
All right, yeah. What's that?
It's to do with what you were just talking about.
Oh, INRA. Oh, I see. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, that is interesting. Because that is the Empire and the Federation symbol together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is.
And it's also, yeah. And if you notice, it's also very similar to a particular power. Do a comparison, you'll see.
Really?
Without giving any clues away.
Oh, I'll have to look that up. Okay. Is this the Guardian Tech crazy that you're posting up now? Yep. Okay, so this is the Guardian Tech that we're going to be seeing very soon. Okay, that's cool. That's alright. Okay, sorry about this. We're looking at stuff in our Discord channel. If you want to be part of our Discord, go into the description of this video and you will see 2 Discord channels. You'll see a link to my personal Discord channel. You can message me there and get hold of me and say, hey, what are you doing? Tell me so I can come and shoot you. And all that kind of stuff. Or you can come and join Commander Creed's Discord channel, which is the channel which we're talking in now. That's kind of our little sort of gang hangout treehouse. I don't know. I did say to Creed the other day that you should name it, but he just went, no, just call it the channel. And I was like, okay then, yeah, that's cool. All right, so that's where we're talking right now. If you want to come and listen to us and chat and talk about Elite, that's where we are. Come along, hang out, put your feet up. There's plenty of beer. It's good. It's all good. I've also got a link.
Cookies and loads of scones.
Yeah,
scones and biscuits.
Scones and biscuits, left, right, centre, which could mean 2 or 3 different things, depending on which side of the Atlantic Ocean you are. So, also in the description is a link to Commander Creed's channel, and he streams every time he's on here. And also a link to Commander Kyle's channel, who is a bit of a lore boffin, and he produces content and uploads it. So by all means, go and take a look at them, because they're fairly good too. So we're slowly making our way back to Meene now, and I'm going to hand in this mission and see what happens. See if Ramtar tells us anything else about the wonderful. There you go. Look. Looks like you found all the data, Commander. Time to head home. As a reward for your dedication, I've added a completion bonus to your reward. Oh, I thank you. It's very kind of you. The Galaxy owes you a huge debt. We could not have uncovered the secrets of the Guardians without your hard work.
You are the man.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. I'm feeling quite emotional. All it's missing is that Star Wars music at the end. Da, 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 da.
No, you're on your own there.
Okay. I'm on my own again.
Not touching that. Not touching that.
Okay, that's fine. That's cool. So wow, yeah, I've had it's been a bit of an eye opener doing this this mission. But this goes to prove, go out there, get exploring, go and take a look at what's out there and everything. Have you been out to see the new scout ship?
Yes, also there's a new scout ship not far away from the current one that everybody knows near Maya. In I think it's HIP 17125 is the first one.
Yeah. But
there is another one a couple of jumps away. Really nice on an ice world.
Really?
Relatively easy to find. If you can say this, actually, the design of the ship is very similar. Slightly different, but I think that's because you can see it better in the details. It's worth going to see.
Cool.
And for those people who are picking up items for Palin mission, you can also pick up the same stuff there.
Is it nearer to the Palin mission, or is the other one nearer?
I'll need to look. They're not far.
So if they're like equal, it's no point, is there?
Well, I check. I think they're about equidistant. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's okay then.
Oh, I used a big word. Christ.
You did use a big word there, man. I haven't got a clue what you were talking about. I switched off at that point. Okay, so we're miles away from Meene at the moment, so that's good.
Yeah, I'm already in system now.
Yeah, don't worry, mate. We're like 9,000 jumps away. I'm going to be a while yet. But we're going to set course for our next fuel star. I reckon we got another 4 of these, maybe. I don't know. Okay, let's see what happens.
Yeah, it's actually a little bit further.
Yeah.
It's a little bit further away.
It's been good though. I've been out here, you know, taking a look at all the bases, and it's been eerie because, you know, you're literally out in the middle of nowhere and looking at these places. If you want to do the missions, like I said, go into the description of the YouTube video and you will find everything you need to do the missions. There are guides and everything else. What's going on? Yes, yes, you're right. Yes. Ah, okay. So Crazy just corrected me there. He's right. They used large electromagnetic launchers to catapult ships into space. I said railguns, which are similar, but they didn't tend to believe in projectile weapons because they were too damaging. So yes, Crazy's absolutely right there. Thank you for correcting me. And he's added, the story of the Guardians continues in Elite Dangerous Beyond. There will be global and personal narratives. New Guardian-based technology and weapons can be unlocked. Now then, that's a big word, unlocked, isn't it? Because that suggests power play. You know how you have to unlock prismatic shields and all that kind of stuff, you know. I don't know what other ways.
I hope not.
Yeah, you and I both, mate. Yeah.
However, there is another thing that we're due to get soon. Is the caustic resistance.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, so this is to protect against the Thargoid uber weapons that they keep using. Okay, I see.
Nothing has been said about it as such, but it's actually in the panel. You know, for your information, your stats. If you look at the bottom, it'll tell you your resistances for your thermal. Down the bottom, it says caustic resistance, which is obviously 0.
I see. I see what you're doing.
Another pending thing we're all looking forward to, because we know those are Thargoids. That is one of the biggest things. If you get hit by one of those missiles, and it's run home and get fixed.
Do you know I've not done that yet? I've not fought any Thargoids yet. I've been headbutted by one. And I've had one scam me when I had paling stuff in the hold. So I had to run away both times. But I've not actually taken a shot. Hey Nomad! Nice to see you again. So yeah.
Well, as I said, we've Creed and ourselves have asked you a few times when you're ready.
Yes.
Our ships are all around the Maya place, geared up and ready. It wouldn't take you too long. You have the ship now?
Yes.
You are the proud owner of a Corvette ready to go?
The vet. Yes, the vet is ready to go. Nomad, yes, this is a PC. Yes, I'm on a PC. What about you? What are you on, Nomad? Yeah, we'll have to do a war party. You're right. I'll have to do it. You know, everybody's shot a few of them, haven't they? So I better have. Yeah. Take care, Vlad. I will see you tomorrow at some point. We'll go and do Dav's Hope and sort it out. Okay.
How many jumps do you have, Zoom?
Loads. Loads and loads and loads, mate. I am slowly making my way back. I got about 600, no, maybe even less than that now. So I got 7 jumps to my next refueling point, and then probably I'm going to be a little bit more than halfway there. So yeah, I got a while yet, mate. You don't have to stay in Meene for me. You can go off and do things if you need to go.
Yeah, no, I've left the ship just orbiting the Meene station.
Ah, okay, that's cool.
That's yeah, and I'll just be just popping off for a little mo just to make myself
okay, mate.
Okay, I'll talk to you in a mo.
No worries, mate. Okay, Nomad, you're on PS4. Cool. What are you up to at the moment, Nomad? How's the Empire rank doing, Symbol?
I was just about to say that I just got Duke.
Yes! Nice one. Congratulations.
Done and done.
Okay, so what have you got to do now? You just got to earn the cash? Or do you have the cash already?
I have a bit of cash. I got just shy of 100 million, but I want the clipper first, so that's.
Okay, so you're gonna get a clipper. Okay, that's cool.
So.
Nomad is unlocking engineers.
Nice.
How far away are you on that, Nomad? Have you done loads? Or have you got loads to do? What's the score?
Yeah, I need to do like at least my first engineer. That'd be nice to try.
Have you not done any of them yet?
Not a single one.
Wow.
I know, right?
Yeah, you got bags of fun ahead of you. It's okay. I think if I was going to suggest Nomad, I don't know what it's like on PS4, so I can't comment. But I certainly like it on PC. I think there's a lot more add-ons you can buy and that work on PC. I don't know whether or not they work on PS4. I'll be honest with you, I don't know. You can't be asked starting from scratch, but that's the fun of it, Nomad. There's a universe out there to be explored. Yeah.
Back to work, you slacker.
So that'll be crazy. If I'm honest with you, Symbol, this is how I'd do it. I'd unlock an engineer, get them to level 5, and then go and do something else, and then come back to another engineer, get them to level 5, go and do something else, and don't do what I did and go to unlock all of them one after the other in one long, monotonous, soul-draining experience.
You poor guy.
Actually, they're not all that bad. They're pretty cool because each one's different and requires you to do something different. You know, when you actually unlock them, you need to do things to get them on side. So one will expect you to 6 done this week. Well done, Nomad. Well done. So yeah, you know, you get to do different stuff unlocking them. So that's the good side of it. You know, the bad side of it is having to farm all the goddamn materials to get them to grade 5. Yeah, so you can go, okay, great, I've got them to grade 5 now. That's wonderful. Bye. Yeah, and then you just go off and do something else. You know.
Yeah, I get that.
And you don't just automatically get them. You have to kind of attract their attention, you know.
Yeah,
and like I think there's 3 or 4 of them that you have to gain rank with a certain faction to be even allowed into the system where they are. Yeah, which is just nuts, you know. So, you know, it's crazy, you know. Yeah, Nomad, if you're doing it one after the other, I get it. If you're enjoying that, that's fantastic. You go for it. I did about 10 in one run, and at the end of it, I was ready to cut my wrists. So, you know, just putting that out there, you know. So, yeah. What I'm doing next is I'm going to help people. That's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to help some people who need some help. Whoa, I just went through a sun. That was fun. Okay. There we go.
So I just had my ultimate nerd moment in this game up to now.
Yeah?
Yeah, so I was looking at the two engineers that I have that I can go to, which are Farseer and Todd McQuinn.
Yes.
And
Todd
looking at
the Blaster McQuinn.
Todd the Blaster McQuinn.
Yeah.
And I noticed that his home system was Wolf 397.
Yes.
I'm like, wait a minute. Check on Galaxy Map. Is there a Wolf 359?
There is.
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
Nerdgasm.
So I take it you're referring to the Wolf 359 Borg battle in Star Trek. Okay, there you go. So yeah, if you gotta be a geek tang around here. You gotta know what you're talking about. Yeah, but yeah, I get where you're coming from. Yes.
Well, that was pretty funny.
But yes, if you got Felicity and Todd, so have you got invites from other ones?
No.
Have you
the
not?
Other four
okay, right.
in my list are Liz Ryder, Took, and the Dweller, 3. Actually.
Okay.
And Liz Ryder, you gained access to Liz Ryder because you were invited by the Irabia Blue Mafia.
Yeah, the Blue Mafia. You have to be ranked with them to, get with her. So yeah.
Then Elvira Martuk is you gain access.
Yes. So
because you have attained a minimum distance from your career start location of at least 300 light years.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
Should get that with Road to Riches, I guess.
Yes.
And Dweller because you dealt with at least 5 black markets.
Well, isn't that spiffing? Yeah.
So I still haven't done a single one. So, that's.
Well, there you go. You got 3 to start you off, and they will link you onto the other ones. Have you seen the Inara engineer page?
Nope.
Okay, I'll post it up for you so you can take a look. So if you go and have a look at that, it shows you the engineers and the other engineers, which engineers unlock which engineers.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so you can see the sort of tree, so to speak, and it also shows you everything the engineers. So it's cool. If you've not seen it in the chat, I'll post that now so people can see that. There you go. Go to Inara, check it out. It's fantastic. It's a really cool place. But yes, took you a week to do 6. Which ones have you done, Nomad, if you don't mind me ask? Were they easy ones, or were they some of the difficult ones? So these are the ones I got. I gotta do some stuff for that guy. I'd like to get Laurie, but I have to get to Dangerous before I can. I got Laurie, and then yeah, we're getting there. Definitely getting there.
Zoom.
Yes, my friend.
Yeah, I think that people may find that link doesn't work.
Really?
They need to copy and paste it into the URL of their browser.
Oh yeah, yeah. Why is that?
It ends up going to a landing page.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? I just noticed.
Yeah, it
now.
doesn't link
Let's
in.
try that. Let's try that again.
It's a YouTube thing.
Really?
Huh.
Ah, right. Okay.
It's funny because when I click on it, it works fine.
Yeah, but you're clicking on it in the Discord.
No, I clicked on it in YouTube.
Oh, really? Okay.
And it brought me to the engineers page.
All right. Okay. So yeah, thanks for that, Mem. Good advice.
No problems.
Made a Python for mining and gathering with ground buggy. Yes, it's all about the SRV. That's all I've done for the last 4 or 5 days is drive around in an SRV, scanning obelisks monotonously.
Python's a great ship. I think it's probably the best ship in the game overall, I think.
It's a workhorse. It's definitely a workhorse. Would I don't tend to use the Python nowadays. I use my cutter for pretty much everything except combat. So, But I used my Python to get my cutter, so that counts. And I haven't got rid of my Python. I've still got it, so...
Oh, did I overhear some good news earlier on about Symbol finally getting his rank?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Kantara.
Good do. If you want, entirely up to you if you want it, but the offer's there because my ship's there. We can do those. You know how I helped Swanky?
Sort of, yeah.
You know, with the Palin stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, if you want to do the same, just let me know.
Probably at some point, yeah, sure.
Yeah, it'll give you again. You can get 100 million or a couple of 100 million pretty quickly.
Yeah.
It's very frustrating when you got something shiny and you can't bling it up because you need the money.
I'm probably going to be heading on over to the new scout ship just to take a look at it. So I don't mind helping out too. You know, we could both of us could sit out there and just feed you materials if that helps.
Yeah.
You know,
Have a constant stream coming. Yeah. Yeah. You end up doing very, very quickly then. Yeah, I think me and Swanky got it down to a fine art at the end.
Nomad has got the first 5 on the top line in Inara and Nemo. Now I want to get Nemo, and the only reason why I want to get Nemo is because he's got a cool name. That's the only reason why I want to unlock Nemo.
I just want to set your expectations. He doesn't do submarines.
Oh,
no submarines
wow. It's no
You can't bring up someone named Nemo and tell me he doesn't make submarines.
Oh, I know. I was really disappointed when I cracked it. I thought, yes, Nautilus, here I come.
Yeah, it's all about the Nautilus. Yeah.
All right, I'll be right back.
Okay, see a bit simple. So, no steampunk? No steampunk technology.
No.
What a swizz. Oh, my ship is taking so long to... What you call it? Fuel scoop.
Jump. Oh, fuel scoop.
Yeah, I'm fuel scooping.
What class fuel scoop do you have in it?
4.
I can understand you taking that, and I can understand you going around in it, and I can understand obviously the short jump range for all the other benefit it gives you. I mean, you probably got what, 18, 20, 21, something like
20,
that jump range.
22 jump range.
Oh, rock on, 22, excellent, fantastic.
Yeah.
But having a 4 class 4 fuel scoop, no. No.
Yeah. Yes, Creed told me this. Creed said I need to get a better one, and he is right. But the truth is, I've not got the cash. I need to make some money, mate. That's what I need to do.
Well, there's these missions over in Maya, the Palin missions.
Really?
Yeah. I can help you out with.
Really? I've not heard of these. Tell me more about these interesting missions.
Going back to the second scout ship, thoroughly recommend it.
Yeah? I heard it's easier to scan it than the first one.
Well, the thing was, I mean, I scanned the first one relatively easy enough. Once you know where the play is, that's fine. The second one, and this is really frustrating for me. We got there straight away, me and Swanky. I found it. He followed my wing beacon. We landed and looked around and checked everything. I could see where it said scout ship. And it was slightly above and to the left, and I'm jumping on top and flying around and doing it. He's on the ground about 50, 60 feet away from it and just points to the ground and scans it first time.
Wow.
I thought, what? And I went to the same place. Nothing for me. I couldn't scan it at all. I don't know whether it's a bug, but apparently he said he could see anywhere he looked, he could actually see it.
Oh, wow.
And I couldn't see it at all.
Well,
I mean, it's no problem, but it does sound like there was a little bit of a glitch trying to scan it. But the area around it and the Thargoid sheep itself is much clearer, much more defined, much more colourful.
Ah, really?
Yeah, and the planet that it's on, as you're approaching, aesthetically is really nice. It's not your normal red, flat, boring. It's got quite a lot of detail on it. It's a good place to visit. Little word of warning, though. It's not high gravity, but very low gravity.
Ah.
And it can catch you unawares as you get a little bit closer. If you get a little bit too quick, obviously being low gravity, you just fall straight down.
Ah.
So approach with care. Are we there yet?
No.
I'm just looking to see how quick it scoops. Does it say 20? 200?
200.
200. Okay. I won't tell you what mine does.
Yeah, you don't do that. Yeah.
If you stuck a 1 in front of that.
Oh, for
then you're
crap.
right there.
That's it, I'm flying now. You piss me off. Right, okay, so back to the galaxy map. We're going to plot a course and all that rubbish. Look how far away Meene is. Oh, I've still got to do some fuel scooping. Oh, that's awful. I hate fuel scooping.
Have you thought perhaps maybe, apart from obviously up in your fuel scoop, because on my Explorer Condor, when I've just sorted out, I've actually put in an extra fuel tank. So I've got, instead of 32 tons, I've got 62 tons.
Really?
Hmm.
Yes, I have got a
500 light years before I need to refuel.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I was over 1,000 light years away from Meene to begin with, so you know. It's cool though. We're slowly making our way back. We got probably another 50 minutes in the stream, so it's all good. It's okay.
Just reading what Nomad was saying. It's glitched. It was underground for him as well.
Ah, there you go. Are we talking about? We're still talking about the second one, right?
I think he was. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
second one.
Okay, that's cool. Just so I know, that's good. So yes, I definitely want to go and have a look at that. HIP 17125. Is that the nearer one? Is it? Nomad?
That's the first one.
That's the first one, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, that'll be the nearest one, then that's fine.
Yes, Planet A38.
Yeah, we're going to probably do a few of those, just to get my cash back up. And yeah, if I'm out there and Symbol wants to come over, we'll give him an hand. Yeah, make some cash. But I gotta help out this Vlad first. He needs to know how to get to Dav's Hope, so I'm gonna do that for him tomorrow at some point.
That's fine. Well, they all know how to get in touch with us. Parts of Discord we're normally there, so just leave us a message and we'll time.
Yeah, absolutely.
No problems.
I heard my name. What's going on?
I was just saying that after I've helped Vlad, maybe I'm going to go over to Maya and start making some money with these Palin missions. But obviously, if you're around, we'll give you a hand and get you, you know, some cash.
Don't I have to unlock Palin though?
No,
No,
you do not.
normally no, you don't. That's a good thing about it. But the problem is as you enter Obsidian orbit on land, you're giving a little message saying from Palin saying go get me 2, 3, 4 of these things, items on the planet Thyroid stuff, from anywhere between 10 to 23 million
Yeah.
a time. Problem is the stuff that you pick up is corrosive. And if you try to get it in a normal cargo, by the time you get to the station, you could be in trouble.
Yeah, that's the part I understood. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you had Palin unlocked, you could buy the corrosive cargo racks from him. If you haven't, you can't. But what we do is we have I've got a whole ship full of cargo racks. So I can pick up about 20 items at a time. So I go there, I pick up various amounts of these items. Go to just outside Obsidian Orbital, basically like a floating sweet shop. You come to me, tell me what you want, I give it to you, and you go in and get the money.
Awesome.
What's crazy saying about 62? Not 62, 64. I'm lost. 32 plus 32 is 64. Yeah.
Yeah, I probably said 62 and not 64, but he's right.
Right.
64.
Okay. Right. Okay. Nomad, there's a second one. It's been discovered. They've found a second scout ship. Mem's been to it, so I'm going to have a look at it at some point. When I do, I'll stream it so everybody can see what we're up to. Should be fun.
If you want, I'll put the the system and the coordinates into the chat if you wish.
Yeah, put it into Discord.
The chat or
Just put it into Discord and I'll paste it in there because it won't let you do that.
Right.
Yes, I remember having this discussion with you, Nomad. What is it you're in when you do that? A Python? Yes, we're going to sort that out now. Oh, that's right. I remember you saying now. Yeah, I remember you saying that it was with an ASP Explorer. Yes. That's funny. Crazy? Yes, you're right. But that is what those things are, aren't they? They were left by the Thargoids in preparation for coming back. That's what the listening posts all say. That's what the barnacles are. That's their materials that they've left there so they can collect them on the way back, like refueling points. Right, so what's the problem, Crazy? The scout ships that have been found were supposed to be the old variation. So, yes. So what are you... What's the question? Quite possibly so, Custard. You know, I don't know, Crazy.
Zoomski?
Yeah.
Yeah, just need to. I don't think I've made an error. The first one I gave you
Yeah.
is one I was going to look at, which would mean it would probably be the third one. The one I did look at, which I know does exist, I've just posted up. It's the one in the Pallades sector, LNTC3.
Oh, so that one there. There you go. I posted that up there.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, the first one there, that is presumably one there. That's one I was going to check out next.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. So the one in hit 17125 definitely exists. That's the nearest one to Maya. And the one in the Pallades sector is one I visited, and it does exist, and the coordinates are correct. The one there that says second alien crash in hit 17862, I can't verify that because I haven't been there yet, but I will be later.
All right. Okay. Cool. I think if I was faced with taking on something like a Cyclops or 100 scout ships, I'd much rather take on the Cyclops. Good picture, I like that. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Crazy. I hear, you know, I know that originally, whenever you fought a Thargoid, they had Tharglets. But the problem is, we don't know what they're going to do next. And like, this is one of the reasons why I did the Guardian missions, is because you hear so much stuff that's gone on beforehand, but you can't really use it because we don't know what's been put in the game. So you kind of have to go off what's in the game, and you know, it's annoying. I get it, because you know the lore of Elite is so interesting. So if this, all I can say is that scout ships are there. Yeah, you know, they're there because we can see them crashed. So at some point, I presume we will see them. The So we're talking about the Guardians now. So some of the information is not quite correct. They took a long time to say give birth because it made them stronger. Yeah, they did. They took a long time. According to the data packets we've received, they took a long time for the infant to be born. Yes, what happened was there was a northern clan that was stronger than the other ones, and so it very quickly dominated the other clans and united the rest of the Guardian tribes. And yes, they were red-skinned, and that's why now the skin pigmentation of these Guardians tends to be red, because that's the dominant line. Yeah, but where did you get your information from, Crazy? That's exactly the point I'm making. I'm not discussing here anything other than what I'm seeing in game. So everything I'm telling you here is what I've read of data packets off that mission. I'm not telling you anything other than that. I'm speculating based upon that information and that information alone. I'm not going to discuss anything that's in any other books or anything like that. I've not researched it. I've not read any elite books. I've not read any other source of lore to date other than what I have found in the game. So if you're telling me that there's different information, that's what I want to know. Yeah. Clubbard. So Clubbard says that near Hutton Orbital you can buy a Thargoid ship. Let's go, guys. Let's go and do it. We can go buy Thargoid ships at an orbital. Here we go. That's right. There was no separate networks in the Guardian tech. The Guardians had one great big massive network that connected all of their implants and all of their information together, and it was called the Monolith Network. And when you do the Guardian missions, that's what you're accessing. You're accessing like a database of their information, and it was part of their Monolith Network, and it covered all of their empire, all of their space empire. So it allowed you to connect, and it even mentions at some point in the technology, it mentions that it allowed them to share thoughts. So they were able of actually sending thoughts to each other across this Monolith Network. But because they were collaborative, and the way their social system worked was that everybody worked together for the greater good, they didn't feel they needed to have separate networks or any form of security on that information, because everybody's working together. They trusted each other, which is why when the war happened, it was so devastating, because they were not prepared for the level of warfare, you know. Yes, there you go. That's it. That's the line right there. So there's no evidence that separate networks were used for military administrative communication as humans developed. Why does it say humans? Where are you reading that?
What I think what that's saying is that humans developed separate communications for military
Yeah.
and other administrative or civilian, but guardians didn't have a separation, so every guardian knew every thing basically.
Oh yes, yes, you're right, Symbol. Yes, if you read it that way, it's right. So there was no evidence that separate networks were used for military administration communications as humans developed. This meant that Guardian society was extremely open, but this made it significantly more vulnerable when social divisions arose. So what he's doing is he's comparing their data network to our data network. That's what he's doing. He's making a direct comparison between the two there. Ooh, a little nearer. No, the humans weren't even around, mate. We weren't even in space when all this happened. I don't even think we developed fully when all this happened. Yeah, according to the data that's been read, they were in here a long time ago. The Guardians. No, the third party. It is hinted at that a third party came along and devastated them out. but. Okay, I'm listening.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yes, an arms race focused on making new biological agents and countermeasures. Yes.
Frameshift drive charging.
But that doesn't mean humans were involved in that process. Okay, you say what you can remember, Crazy, and I'll tell you if I've seen it in these data packets, okay? Yes, they had generation ships, they called them arcs.
Frameshift drive charging.
But they never found where all of them had gotten. No, they did.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
I have not clubbed it. Is it good?
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, really? Do I need to go and look up Dr. Melville's megaship?
Wah, wah, wah.
Ah.
I mean, sounds right up your alley, right?
It does. I think I know what I'm going to be doing before I go to Palin. Let's go and have a look at that. Yeah. No, they had arcs, Crazy, that they sent into space because they were trying to populate space, and like halfway through the journey, they discovered faster than light technology, and they transmitted this to the arcs, and the arcs fitted the faster than light technology, and then were able to go where they were supposed to be going. Oh, where are the people from the generation ships? Oh, I don't know. There's lots of talks about them time traveling. Yeah, because they talk about incidents, you know. Thank you, Clubbard. I will go and have a look at that. Oh God, I wonder if that's. Oh Jesus, I've just left all those places. No. Oh, where's that? Let's go and have a look and see where that is compared to where I am now.
But that just means you'll get to do more fuel scooping.
Oh, well, I might come out here again. Yeah. Let's have a look and see where I am compared to that. Oh my God, it's miles away. No. It's like 878 light years away. Okay, I will have to take a look at that one. I'll go back at some point and have a look. We're gonna
Not that bad.
carry on going.
It's a small detail.
Yeah.
It's a sightseeing detour. It's like you're going to see the coast or something.
Maybe, yeah. Crazy, I get what you're saying. It's an interesting speculation that maybe the generation ships went back in time and, you know, mutated and connected with the Guardians in some way. But there's no evidence to suggest that's what happened. You don't believe the time theory, so what are you saying? What? Tell me your theory then, Crazy, because I'm getting confused. Clubbert, I will take a look at that at some point. Thank you very much for that information.
Fuel scooping
That's not technically correct.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
Crazy, if I could just interrupt you a moment. All we know is that the main civilization of the Guardians had a war. They had a battle and they almost wiped each other out, and it is suggested that a third party came along and finished the job. But nothing is mentioned about the exiles, what happened to them. So we don't know if there was still Guardians out there after all that.
Fuel scooping.
Well, I tell you, there is a lot of evidence to suggest that that might have been the case. Crazy. You know, if you read all of the stuff, especially with the biological stuff, there's a lot of similarities between us and them. So if they experimented on us, if they experimented on an early form of us, and we became what we are now because of them, there's a lot of information in the files to suggest that might be the case, because literally everything they describe, it describes things like how we would be fully able to survive on their worlds because they like temperate jungle-like locations, yeah, and stuff like this. Yeah, they're so similar to us, it's scary, it really is. So it begs the question, just what's the reason why they're so similar to us, or should the question be why we're so similar to them? I'm going to take a look and see if I can find the data logs for that megaship online. See what it says.
You know what? I feel like the Guardians, they feel like the precursors from Star Trek.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're as annoying and as cryptic as the precursors.
Yes, yeah. I don't know. Crazy.
Eighteenth of February. It may be crazy. It may be. I think I'm going to have to return because I've just been reading some stuff that Club had told me about, and it just looked very interesting. It would look like Ramtar was not the only individual investigating the Guardians.
Cool.
So I might need to return to this region at some point and have another look.
Zoom
Yeah.
chat.
You are?
Something interesting in the chat that Club down. Related to what we were talking about before.
Yep, that's the one, Clubbard. That's what we're talking about. They had conventional propulsion, and they discovered how to communicate faster than light, and then developed an equivalent of our FSD. Yes. That's what I remember reading. But I seem to remember reading that the Ark ships didn't discover it. That whilst the Ark ships were on their way, the home systems, the home planets, discovered it. The home planet discovered it, and then they communicated it to the Arks, and the Arks set up the equivalent of FSD. So yes. Okay, here we go. We're on the home stretch now, ma'am.
Cool. Yeah, you'd have to give me a moment. Along
Yeah.
round.
Oh.
Ah, I'm blowing up my ship.
I've just had a little snag with my PC. I'll just
Yeah?
boot. I'll be back in a sec.
What's that then? Because is that supposed to be a Thargoid?
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, that's Thargoid Tim again. Oh no.
Oh no, he's back.
I'll tell you what I think, Clubbard. This is something I'd like to take a look at, and I'm going to have a really good close look at the maps, the star map. We know that the Guardians were all about geometric shapes, and we know that their monolith network was based on these geometric shapes. As was much of their architecture and other such things. So I wonder if there's a geometric shape involved in the way their planets are all laid out. I wonder if, you know, there's a polyhedron or some other geometric shape involved in the way that they set up their bases.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
Oh, what? Whatever. See you later, mate. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, everything based on triangles and everything else, you know. So I'm going to take a look into that, and it'll require me to have a play around with the star map and possibly set up some New World Order nomads. It's all about the NWO. You're right, they are a stellar map, Crazy. The runes are a stellar map. They... Oh, did you buy it? You got it. You got it, symbol.
Yay.
Yeah? Oh, nice one. Well done, mate. It's cool. Tell me how fast you get that thing, yeah? So yes, the ancient ruins are stellar maps, because it says that in the... it says that they tended to build structures based upon astronomical things they knew. So they would often... they often designed their bases around planetary orbits and system-based orbits and things like that. So, yeah. Yes, the point of origin, their home world. Though I would suspect, Clubbert, that this would be their new home world, you know. Yeah, he does, yeah, he forgets to put it in the logs entirely, doesn't he? So, yeah.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Yay, Meene! Here we are.
Charging.
Da 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 da. Okay, now make our way to Fleece Dock. There it is. Let's see if I can remember how to dock after being away for about 4 or 5 days. Black triangle. So, Sybil, what have you named her?
I haven't fully decided yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm between 2 names, so I'll keep it a secret for now.
Okay then.
I'm just trying to outfit her to see what range I can get with her. But,
Okay, BJ. What the fuck? BJ Baron? What the fuck? Okay, I think it's all coming back to me now. I am on a PC, BJ.
What's up, guys?
hey, hey.
Yeah, bird.
Everybody partying or what?
Yeah, we're partying. I finished doing the Guardian missions. I'm just going to go and collect my money now. Doing a bit of streaming, so we'll close this stream down in a moment when I've got my reward.
Finished them, huh? That's pretty cool.
Yep, done them. Learned loads and loads and loads about the Guardians. I think I'm going to need to go back out there at some point and do a bit more, because I think there's a bit more to be discovered there. So we'll see. We'll see how things go.
Detected.
Yeah, I'll probably do those at some point.
They're lots of fun, birdlets. If you need any help doing them, just let me know. It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, your help would definitely be appreciated when I do head out there.
No problem at all.
Went through the whole lot, and we ended up finding the answer to the meaning of life.
Yes, we have. Yes. Yes.
Problem is, no one knows what the question was. Now it's been so long.
Alright.
I was gonna say, you've been doing it long enough. I sure hope you found the answer to all of life's questions.
Yeah, I was losing the will to live actually watching them fuel scoop, but then again,
Yeah. Yeah.
get yourself an uprated fuel scoop.
Yeah, all right. I'm
I'll
on
pay
it.
for
I'm
it. I
on
can
it.
afford it.
Yeah, 4 billion.
4.7 billion now, if you don't mind.
Right, okay, yeah, of course, yeah. Fuck's sake, eh? Fucking billionaires are all the same. BJ, we have just done the Guardian missions. If you don't know anything about them, I've put a description in the. Sorry, I've put a link to some guides on how to do them in the description of this YouTube video. Go and take a look at them. They're really interesting. They tell you all about the Guardians, which were the other alien race that we know of in the Elite Dangerous universe. And basically, you get to be a bit of an archaeologist and wear your Indiana Jones hat and go looking and investigating. In fact, the station I am in, Meene, M-E-E-N-E, the system, and the station is Obilisks. You can see on the screen now. That's where you get the mission. As soon as you go in there, Ramtar the engineer sends you the mission. So if you're interested in learning a bit of lore about Elite Dangerous, go and have a look.
Incoming message.
Yay!
66 jumps. Oh, so you're going to be home tonight then, Birdlips?
Oh yeah,
Nice.
full steam ahead. I don't know how many light years I did in the past couple of days, but it was probably close to 30,000.
Yeah, it must be. You was 376 or something last night, wasn't you?
Yep.
That's it. Well done.
Back to work, you sucker.
Nomad, you do. BJ, don't believe Nomad. You do not get a free Thargoid ship at the end of it.
Very naughty, Nomad. Very naughty.
Okay, so FYI, apparently doing all of that also adds to your Explorer rank. Because I've just been promoted to Pioneer.
Ooh.
So I did not know that. And not only that, I'm 75% through that now. Wow. Yes, Q1 2018, new tech and weapons derived from the Guardians, so we will know more. So if any is a time to go looking at the Guardians, now is the time. Because of all the shit that's happening, so... Yay! It was so much fun. And now I've got 224 million. Oh, Bird, what's going on, man?
It's only 66 more.
I'm assuming your eyes hurt because you've been looking at the TV, the screen while you've been jumping as opposed to anything else.
My eyes are bleeding because all they've seen is jump scoop, jump scoop, jump scoop.
Yeah, talk about jump scoops. How big's your fuel scoop?
I'm only doing the 6A. I thought it had a 7A, but it's a 6A.
Oh, it's a 6. That's a fair size, isn't it? Be
It's-
foolish to go around exploring and go around places and long distances with anything less than that, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. Especially what is that? A cutter or a clipper?
Cutter with 22 light. Yeah.
I mean, last I checked, the cutter holds like a 15A.
I think a certain person gets the point.
But yeah, with the 6A, it's 878. I mean, that's plenty for.
My gun's bigger than yours.
Yeah. The last recourse of a person who's lost an argument.
I'm not even bothering to argue with you. That's how much the situation.
Excellent. Yeah. That's a lovely ship. There's no getting away from it. It is a beautiful ship.
Yeah, you damn straight is. Okay. Okay, so the best thing ever is figure 5B. So there you go. What?
No,
What
no,
did I
it's
miss?
okay. Nothing. I was just looking at the stream. There's a little delay in the our conversation. The stream is.
Oh, right, okay. Okay, so we've had a wonderful time unlocking all the secrets of the Guardians. I think there's a bit more that needs to be investigated there, because clearly Club has told me that there's a mega ship out there that seems to have been exploring it as well. I think I'll make some changes to my vessel, like getting a bigger fuel scoop and then going back out there at some point and having a look. And see what more we can find out, what more secrets we can find out about the Guardians. So I'm going to bring the stream to an end now. So just a few things. If you want to know more about the Guardians mission that you get from Ramtar, get yourself down to the Meene System, Meene, Mike, Echo, Echo, November, Echo. Get yourself into Felice Dock. Ramtar gives you the mission up in your communication panel. And then if you want to know how to do it, you want to look at all the maps, you can download them from the descriptions of the video that I've got. The description of this YouTube video. All the links are down there for you to see. If you've not done so already, please like and subscribe to the channel. It's great to have you guys come in talking to us. I agree with you, Commander Corinthian. I completely agree with you. There's plenty of stuff to go and look into, so I will be looking into that. And obviously, when I find anything, I'll be streaming it so people can see what I'm getting up to. Yeah, that sounds like bags of fun. If you want to like and subscribe to my channel, that'd be fantastic. If you want to join the Discord and come and have a chat with us, there's 2 Discord links in the description. One is to my own personal Discord channel, and the other one's to the Discord channel that we are in now. This is Commander Creed's Discord channel. So come and join us, come and have a chat, and by all means come and find out just how a bunch of nutters and crazy idiots we all are. And also there is a connection there to Commander Creed's YouTube channel and Commander Rakyl's YouTube channel. They're both content creators. Get yourself down to those channels. Subscribe to those guys too, because they're jolly fine chaps. So until then, Commanders, fly safe and remember, they will never take the skies from us.